Before we begin, you need to admit that you are someone who probably needs this advice in this video. You need to hold your hand up right now because most guys can't do this. Most guys are Jeffries and they can't even admit that they're not like excellent in a certain area. You need to hold your hand up and say, you know what? I often do get into dry conversations through text. I often do text a girl and the attraction that we may have had just diminishes because I'm not amazing at texting before. I've never really actively improved my texting game. Stop asking boring ass questions. Never ever will you ever ask a girl, trust me, never ask a girl ever again, what are you up to, haha. The guy that these girls are sleeping with are not asking them these boring ass questions, like taking an interest in their lives. I know that seems silly because I know that every other piece of advice that you've probably seen online, what's like the blue pill, good boy feeling that all these other people have told you on how to attract girls. Oh, take an interest in them. No, absolutely not. I'm telling you right now, that's not the way to attract a girl at all. There's in secret number 2, which is to be playful, flirty, and sexual. These guys are not asking her these dry questions like, oh wait, what are you gonna do after science class? The kind of guys that are actually sleeping with these girls, actually dating these girls are obsessed with. These girls are like crying because this guy's not replying. Guess what these guys actually are like? They don't care about what she's doing. They're just having like a fun time messaging her and like playing around with her. So far we've covered that you're not gonna act like the guys who get left on red, which is taking an interest in their life, because that's not attractive, even though every girl will tell you it is. It's so weird because it's like I'm telling you to do something which girls will tell you doesn't work, and yet it will work. You'll never find a girl who's totally obsessed with the guy who takes an interest in their lives. Just as simple as that. If there is anyone like that, if there is any relationships like that, it's usually that the guy's really feminine, the girl's really masculine, and the guy's just obsessed with her and while she wants to go and do her career and shit, which probably isn't the kind of relationship that you want. If you're a masculine guy, you want a feminine woman, you want a woman who's more taking an interest in you whilst you take an interest in your work. So the way to then text the girl is to always hold this kind of like funny, flirty, playful attitude when you text her. There's no dry, oh, what are you gonna do? It's more like, I bet you're stepping on snails right now. That's a fucking random one. Like, I bet like that's like just try that, bro. Instead of ever asking a girl, oh, what are you doing right now? Literally just send her the message. I bet you're stepping on snails right now. Like, they'll send that as your first Tinder message. I guarantee you'll get more responses than, hey, how are you doing? To attract a woman, it isn't even about making her like you. Every guy who's actually successful with women knows this, and every guy who's not good with women, maybe you, doesn't know this. Every fuckboy, every player, the guys who have been ultra successful with women know what it is. You don't have to make a woman like you. You just have to make a woman emotionally invested into you. You have to simply make her think more about you, and she will fall for you. Most guys, by answering her shitty, boring question, will make the conversation just die out because now you're in this boring conversation of like, oh, how are you? She will ask you a boring ass question. This will come up. It's almost a trap, and you move on as if she hasn't even said that. You just move on to the next thing that you wanted to say. What are you doing tonight? Are you free at 6 p.m? It's gonna seem a little bit like you're autistic. This is why most guys don't have the confidence for this, because she's gonna ask a question, and the normal social thing to do is to respond to the question and move on. No. She's gonna ask this boring ass question, and you're gonna reply with something that's just instantly more exciting and attractive, even though it seems like it's so weird, like you've not answered this question. Girls are so attracted to a guy who does this that they don't even usually pick up on this. Sometimes a girl will reply, oh, but you didn't ask my question. There's one secret way, one absolute way to make a girl obsessed with you. Just make her think about you all the time. Most guys are too pussy for this, and they'll only want her to think about them in the positive sense. The real chads, the real fuckboys, the real players, the guys who get so many girls because they're just fucking good at navigating women, they know for a fact it's not just about her thinking positive things in her mind. It's about making her angry, making her upset, making her emotional, making her excited.